Yeah, my volume's up now, so I can hear people if they are speaking. But please, I'm going to ask you to have your microphones muted if you're not speaking, because if not, it's going to come through on the recording. And people will be able to hear all your private business, and I'm sure you don't want that in the world of YouTube. So if you want to ask a question, yes, of course, you can open your microphone and ask a question. But if not, try and have it muted for that reason. Okay, guys and girls, welcome. Thank you all for being here. I know sometimes I have impromptu Zoom meetings, but you got to understand, for me, Forex is literally a part of my life. So if I'm doing something and I feel like it's worth value, I was making a YouTube video which was going to show pretty much most of the winning and losing trades from Trinity on the 15-minute chart, scalping. And then as I, was going through it, of course, this is even more data I was collecting. I come to an idea of what I was actually seeing in front of my face in terms of how you can trade these scalp trades. Now, of course, I always tell people to pay attention if they are beginners and they want to start practicing scalping with Trinity, because I know everybody loves scalping. Most of the people that are willing to pay 20 GBP are going to like to scalp. They're not going to be swing traders, the majority of them. So I've told them specifically, pay attention to the major pairs. Stop trying to trade everything. The majors have the tightest spreads, which means that they have like 0 to 1 or whatever on your broker spread. So when you enter a trade, you're going to be in the least amount of drawdown as possible when you are actually in these trades, when you get these alerts. So it's better to do those. Also, they're the most volatile pairs during, any of the sessions. Of course, it could be London, New York, or Asian, depending on the major pair. With all of that out of the way, if you do want to sign up to Trinity, it's 20 GBP. You just have to hit me up in Discord and Telegram, and then, Discord or Telegram, and then I'll get you into the right position for you to be able to sign up to it. There's a PayPal link, a Skrill link, or a BTC USD. Those are the free payment portals. There are no others at the moment, not until the website's out. So I'm working on that. Hope bear with me. Sorry about that, people. Wasn't too long. Try to cut it as quick as possible. So yes, what I just said there, please take everything on board. And then now the next thing I'm going to say, take on board, please, people. If you are looking at these Trinity results at the moment and you are in a group, this is exactly what it looks like. So these are the Trinity alerts. It's an alert-based group. This is what it is. You're going to get alerts in the market when there's breaks of structure, as you can see here. And it's going to go from the 15-minute time frame all the way up to the daily time frame. This is what happens with this system. And you're going to be getting them all throughout the course of the day. People keep saying, how many trades will there be? What's this? What's that? Forget about everything else. Let's just go on to how many trades there'll be. There's more than enough trades in Trinity, the alerts that come through, for you to even worry about how many trades there are, because there's no way possible you'll be able to trade all of these trades. It's just not possible. And this is why I said, let me make the system, the way the alerts are coming through on the system, open for you, basically, in Telegram, rather than me trying to tell you, oh, trade this pair, trade that pair, because it's not possible. I can't. If I decide to go out or I need to do something, the one that might have been the winner, we miss now, basically, long story short. And now it's open for everyone. So when I'm busy, someone else might not be busy and they can catch the winner, and vice versa. You know how it goes. So I just want people to pay attention to what I'm going to be explaining on the scalping strategy today. Like I said, this is how all the alerts come through on Telegram. They'll come through like this. And if you have a problem, I've always said this. I'll go through two things here. First, if you have a problem and you only want to check out your specific pair you're interested in on that day, yeah, just type the pair in here. So let's just say it's Euro USD. Then, of course, I'm only looking for scalping trades. So only put the M15, not there. I'll delete that after. Only put the M15 here, yeah? This is what you need to do. Now, what it's going to do is it's only going to generate the 15-minute alerts from whenever the system had started from. As you can see, clearly it was from last week. This is what we're seeing now. this is how you're going to be able to see all of the trades that had appeared during the week. And I keep trying to tell people that this is gold, what I'm showing you right here. If you're checking this, and then the next thing you have to do, because I get it, everybody's in different time zones, it's impossible for me to have everybody's correct time zone. So all you have to do now, yeah, is do this. Go to Trading View. So go to your Trading View account. When you're in your Trading View account, just change your time zone, yeah, to London +1. So now any alert you see on Trinity, all of the times will match up with London +1. Remember, this is just so you're using this system like this is all you have to do. If you want to, you can easily change it back after. I know it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but again, this is part of the reason why it's 20 GBP a month and I'm not changing the pricing, because I'm aware of little things that might be an issue for people, but I've tried to make it as affordable as possible for them to not be like, oh, I can't use this and whatever the case might be. That's why I've done it like that. So this is the only two things you have to pay attention to. You can segregate like the trades that you're looking for, so you can separate them. And at the same time, all you have to do is make sure your time zone, wherever you're checking it, is on London time zone. If not, there's a website called Time and Date. I've shown people many times. I'll put in I'll put in the description of this video, and I'll put it in the Discord group where you can just go and check that. So, okay, moving forward from all of that stuff there, hopefully that all made sense to everybody. Can I get a yes if it made sense to everybody, what I just said there? Cool. Now, moving forward from all of that stuff, now here's what I'm noticing when it comes to trading these major pairs. People need to stop trying to trade, again, everything, yeah? And again, you can trade just one pair, but if you're going to trade a selection of pairs, I would suggest you trade the majors, yeah? And the majors does not include GJ, by the way, but we do have it in here because I know people love to trade GJ. It's one of the common traded pairs as well. It doesn't include gold, it doesn't include US30, and it doesn't include anything else. It just includes 6 pairs, which is AUD USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CAD, USD CHF, and USD JPY. There's only 6 majors that are traded pairs. And most times what I've noticed with these majors is when one is buying, the other's selling. So that can already help you, again, with confluences in trading when it comes to these situations, yeah? So what we're going to look at here is the basis and the idea of how the market moves and appears with trades when we're looking at them. So let me just make my screen bigger, yeah? So I'm not going to have to go into Trinity and say, look, this specific alert appeared here, but it did. I was literally marking this up. So what I mean by that is in the Telegram group, again, as I told you, if you just go to AUD USD and type M15, you'll see this exact trade that I'm showing you appeared here. When a trade appears with Trinity on scalping or swing trading, whatever you want to do, this is the basic fundamentals of how you should be taking trades anyway, yeah? You want to put your stop loss below the last previous market structure or above, depending. This was obviously a buy, so we put it below. Now, for it to make sense, at least, yeah, you want to be in theory getting a 2, yeah, risk to reward ratio, which you can see here. This is 2.0, yeah? This is what you want, because at least then if you're losing one trade, but you win the next trade, you can go forward by 1 step because you lost the other trade. If you lose 2 trades, yeah, and you win the next trade by 2, then you're going to be at break even again. Only if you lose 3 trades, then you're going to be negative by 1 if you've got a 2 risk to reward ratio, which unfortunately it can happen sometimes. You can lose 3 trades in a row, as even presented here. You're going to see. So what I realized from my data collection, this is why I'm impromptu and I'm like this. If I see something and I'm like, nope, this is something that's important, people need to know, I'm either going to call someone I know that I talk about with Forex, or I'm going to literally, like I said, hit up you guys. And this is why I'm like, yo, you better get in this Zoom. Let's get busy, because no one's 7-figure traders here. So I understand we've got things to do. Unless it's a family emergency, bro, sis, I'm going to say bro and sis, or any other in between, we're not 7 figures up. So let's get busy. Let's get busy. Simple. Yeah. Now, yeah, we're at a point, if you get to this understanding of, okay, within 1 week, I've noticed on these majors and minors from just paying attention to them, again, it's mainly because of you guys and girls I'm doing this. It's not, I don't need to trade this way. And anyone in VIP is aware of that, because I've been trading how I trade Neo swing trades for a long time now. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, if I'm doing my back test and data collection, what would you do, John? Now, I've seen that at any given time in these pairs, and I've said it before in the YouTube video, there's a big move that happens at some point in the week. Now, the issue traders have is because they're always trying to make sure that the trade they believe is the right trade, maybe an idea of one around here somewhere, is the right trade for it to go into a nice buy back again, because obviously the USDs have been selling. So people have been looking for buys. Yeah. Now, your idea is not that. I've told you many times and time again, people, trade probabilities. If you lower your risk, yeah, especially if you're not consistent, when you're consistent, you can risk how much you want. No one's going to tell you nothing. It's cool. But if you're not consistent, you're not even break even yet. You need to lower your risk. Not, oh, it's an idea. No, you need to lower your risk. Yeah, because you need to see how often your probabilities are coming through, that over a period of time, you're making money. Yeah. Again, what I'm seeing here is that one trade here was a loss. Another trade here was a loss. A third trade here was a loss. But what happened here, people? Can anyone tell me? Come on, people. Text. Let me see. Or speak. Let me see. What happened here?
It was a win.
And it was a win, and it wasn't a small win. Remember that, because whatever was happening here, at some point it came to correct itself. Now, I'm going to say this blunt and to the point. This does not have to happen every single time. But what am I teaching you time and time again? I've been saying this in my last couple of Zooms, because I'm really trying to make people that are not even paying for things in my services still win as well. I've been saying it time and time again, whether it's YouTube or whether it's anything else. I'm not trading nothing magical here. What I'm just using is that once you get to a certain point, your psychology will click in Forex, and you're just like, the maths makes more sense than strategy. Stop trying to figure out a perfect strategy. I know people want me to give them some magical tool that's like, oh, if you do this, and it'll enter it. No, this is why Trinity alerts are even what they are. You don't even need to see it on the chart. It just needs to tell you there's a breakout in the market, because market structure and price action can make you a very consistently profitable trader with no indicators. I'm not saying don't use them, but they can, even if you don't have them. So now, yeah, pay attention to what I've said here. You had a loser, a loser, a loser. So you've lost 3 times in a row, but now you've won. This winner is much more bigger than a 1 to 4. And if it was even set as a 1 to 4, how much in profit would you be if you've lost 3 trades, but you won this trade by 1 to 4? How much would you be in profit by? Anybody? Just think about it. Not money, like how much in terms, because you lost 3. How much would you be in the numerical value? How much would you be in profit by? You'd be in ahead by 1. So all the people that have said 1 in the chat, you are correct. You'd be ahead by 1. Now, the reason why you'd be ahead by 1 is because you're -3, but +4. So if you're +4 on top of a -3, that puts you +1. It puts you +1 now. You see, what I'm just telling you there, people, guys and girls, yeah, that is the holy grail of Forex. Not the fact that it needs to be 1 to 4, the fact that you got to understand that stop making sure you think this is the perfect trade and this is the perfect trade and that's the perfect trade. Pikachu, this one's for you as well, yeah? You can understand when I'm explaining Neo to you why I don't even let Neo sweat me, because everyone in the Neo group now can see exactly the same trades that were lost, exactly what those trades did the next week. So instead of it happening in a week for me, it happens within a month. Sometimes it might take 2 months because of the clog in the market. You will see everything faster, win and losses happening, and scalping, you'll see it faster because scalping. But when you swing trade, you have to be patient for your profits. You have to be patient with your losses. You have to be patient for your wins to hit maximum take profit. So what I'm going to say to people is that for a basic idea of how you can trade Trinity now is try and make sure you're trying to eke out, you're trying to get yourself into a position, yeah, of going for a 1 to 4 trade within that week. So what happens now, yeah, so imagine you're on a prop account now. So we're going to go back because this video is going to be based on prop accounts, yeah. I'm going over that now. This is the whole point of this. Don't worry, John. I know. Don't worry. I'm going over that now. Don't worry, my friend. Yeah. So what you need to be in here, yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the prop account. Give me a second. Okay, cool. We've got my Forex funds here. Again, I'm telling every single person because I'm doing this myself and I'm being patient with it. My next count I'm going for is a 50K account. Then after the 50K, I'm going for the 100K. Then once I start seeing all the profits from these and whatnot, then I might just jump straight away to a 300K account if it's still available at that point, depending on what's going on. But my whole aim is to get over $1 million in capital within the next 24 months. Listen to what I just told you there. Within the next 24 months. As for whatever I'm doing at the moment, nothing was going to make me $1 million plus worth of capital within the next 24 months when I've done all of my assessments on how much money I can make off of all the investments I currently have at the moment. But Forex is the only one that is showing the prospects of me doing that. Me saying 24 months means that I'm even saying my account growth is based on probabilities, not based on exacts. Even though I do say 24 months, yeah. But if I was to be exact, I'd be using the exact figures of what they tell you, 30 days, 60 days, etc. And then maybe the figure comes up to, I don't know, a year and a month, let's just say, or whatever, a year and 2 months. That's an exact figure based on what they say. You pass phase 1, you pass phase 2, But I know that within that time frame, I'm going to lose accounts, basically meaning I won't blow them because my risk is tight, but I will lose accounts, meaning that my strategy did not work at that period because of the phases in the market. Remember, I told you there's 4 phases. I've stopped trading from the beginning of this year, specifically when I was teaching VIP students. I've stopped trading the fact of saying everything must happen this time. If the market gives it to me, it gives it to me. If it don't, it don't. That's also relating to psychology. Once you start realizing that and stop expecting things, you will be fine. Because one, you'll remove your emotions from it. You will pass one of these accounts, I assure you. You will, especially if you join my VIP, 100%. I don't care if people say, oh, it's a sales tactic or whatever. I don't even care if people say that. Because I'm talking truth. I'm not lying. You will pass one of these just because of the fact I will explain to you time and time again that you will pass one of these as long as you don't try and pass it exactly at that time. Now, I'll go back to here to make it make sense for you. Yeah. So phase 1, you need 8% on this account. Cool. If you need 8% on this account right now, even if you just traded AUD USD last week and you took every buy and every sell, because this is what's marked up here, yeah, you took every single one of them with these 15 minutes alert, you would have eventually got this trade here. Now, if you put yourself in a 1 to 4 position for trades, yeah, you would have at least been up 1% on this account because of this position. This is what we can at least establish. So if you went down, you wouldn't have even gone down. Let's just see how much you would have lost. Okay. So let's put it this way. So you put yourself in a certain amount of risk. This is the best way to put it for you. Okay. So you put yourself with a stop loss of half a risk. Yeah. Let's just say if you put yourself in a stop loss of half a risk, trying to make the figures make sense for you. If you're doing 1 to 4, that's what it is. So the only way it would make sense if you're doing the maths like this is if you did this. Remember, you see what I'm telling you here? The holy grail is working out your risk management. That's what it is. So, and I'm doing this off my dome, off my top of my head right now. So if you put yourself in a, and I'm not the best mathematician, I'll tell you that for now. If you put yourself in a 2, 4, wait there, 4. So you want to make 2%. Yeah. So if you put yourself in, you want to make 2% per trade. Yeah. But you're only willing to lose 0.5% per trade. Yeah. You will lose basically. What was I going to say? So if you're only willing to lose 0.5% per trade and you need to make, even if you do it to the money, it's the same difference. You just got to make the money make sense for you. That's another thing as well. But again, this is why I teach in VIP. But okay, so now you've gone into 0.5% on this trade. Yeah. So you've lost this one here. Cool. Then you go into this one here. You've lost less than that this time here. So that's cool. That doesn't matter, but it carries itself over. What I'm saying by it carries itself over is you can see from here to here, and I'll make this make sense for you. So between these 3 trades, you've basically lost like 1.5% negative. Yeah. But then when you won this trade here, now you're how many steps forward again? So now with that 1.5 plus this is 2.5 basically, I believe 1.5 plus the 2 plus 5. Yeah, 2.5. So now if you was just trading, this is if you traded this way. If you traded in a sense of growth on that account for the week here, you would have basically lost in these 3 trades 1.5%. But then when this trade came through and you let it go to its 1 to 4, which I'm teaching you now because it gives you more probabilities being 4 of losing trades, probabilities, keyword. Yeah. Now you would have been forward 2.5. Do you understand? So you would have grown this funding account right here, or whichever way, it doesn't matter. We'll say this one, but what I'm teaching you can do on every one of these accounts, all the way down to the 300K. This is why I'm telling you, I'm going to get over $1 million of capital. Yeah, at this, within the next 24 months, you would have gone up at least 2.5% of this 8% in 1 week. Does that make sense to people, what I just said there? Please let me know. Making sense to people, please let me know. If you're stuck and you don't understand, because it's all maths. There is, remember, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say it clear, because me, I try not to beat around the bush. I might talk a lot. I'm aware I talk a lot, like, because I'm passionate about things. And when I'm passionate, I talk. Like, that is me. Yeah. But I tell you this from now, yeah, straight, yeah. Work out your risk management, and that's the holy grail to Forex. It's nothing else, because it's all about probabilities. So why 2.5%? Because for the only reason for it to make sense for you to have a growth, yeah, you got to look at in the week. So if you're saying to yourself that I need a winning trade to go at least 1 to 4, so 4 steps forward, yeah, then it won't make sense to you if it goes 2 steps forward and then you might lose twice. You basically have to start, you basically get into a position where you have to keep trading too much, is what I'm trying to say. Now, if you get into a position that you know that, okay, if I've got 4 spaces to go forward, yeah, if I lose 0.5, yeah, I can basically lose. The best way for me to put it to you is that you can lose up to, in all theory, you could even lose up to 4 going negative, because 1-4 going forward would make it forward. It would make everything break even again. Does that make sense? That's a better way of me putting it for you. But of course, your aim is not to go down by 4. So if you're putting your stop loss at 0. If your stop loss is always around this 0.50, yeah, then you're in a position that when it does work, even if it fails 3 times, by the time the 4th time it does work, you're positive. This is how you trade. It doesn't have to be with this exact 1 to 4. It's work out your maths to make sense. That's what I'm trying to teach you here. Is that adding up? 2%, whatever, as long as it's positive, it's good. I told you I'm not the best with maths, and I'm freestyling this right now. We don't have to work on exacts. Let's not be picky. Let's just say, does it make sense? Because it makes sense, and we're going forward. Are we not going forward? Yes or no? That's all I need to know, people. Are we going forward? Yes or no? Come on, people, talk to me. Come on, guys. I know it's not only Jamal here. Come on, guys. Are we making sense? I need to know I'm making sense, because what happens, yeah? You can set it to structure. There's ways you can do it. I'm just trying to give people the basics, yeah, of how you do it. And you got to understand, I'm trying to explain stuff, but at the same time, you've got to understand I have a paid service for a reason, because this is what I do with my paid services. I can't just be giving out every single thing for people to be making money. You get what I'm saying? For free. Like, I've had to spend hours learning this stuff in it. But what I'm teaching you will help you, because you just got to make it make sense for yourself. That's what it is. You see, the biggest problem, I'm not saying you, T Glasgow, but the biggest problem I have with traders is that they literally want me to literally teach them how to trade from nothing to something. And it doesn't work like that. Do you get what I'm saying? It literally doesn't work like that. You've got to put in something that makes sense for yourself as well. So, and I'm not even going to be that guy that's like, oh yeah, join this and pay for this. No, I'm literally going to tell you, I don't trade like this. How I trade mine, yeah, clear as day, is that this is the first thing I do on my accounts, yeah, when I get to these prop accounts. And it'll show you that I'm not in it for the money, but people need to understand I'm not chatting rubbish and I care about them. So if they want to invest, they should. They should stop dabbling with the £1,000 in their pockets and not invest. I'm telling you straightforward, because you're just wasting time, you're wasting money. What I do is I break down this is me working out my own maths. It might not work for other people, but it works for me. I break down my overall, yeah, daily drawdown. I split my overall daily drawdown, yeah, by 20, because there's 20 trade days, yeah. So give me a second. I'm going to show you what I do. Yeah, give me a second. So I'll stop share, and then I'm going to do this. I won't go into the extras, but I'm going to tell you the most basic thing I do. And this is not a secret way of how you're going to win Forex, because other people wouldn't be winning Forex if what I said was the only way. Do you understand? It's not a secret way. It's just what I do. So anyway, boom. So give me a second. I'm going to share the screen again now. Just give me 1 second. Yeah.
Can somebody mute their phone,
Yeah, I'm just
please?
about to mute the microphone now, literally.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks. Just about to mute that. So basically, the most basic thing I do is, you see, so there's $600 overall drawdown. Yeah. Okay, if there's $600 overall drawdown, that's cool. Then I need to know, this is literally how I've set up simple, basic calculations. And I teach, like I said, anyone that's in VIP can see from the risk management Zoom I send them. I explain a lot more after this as well, how you can even, get into a position of growth on these accounts and all this stuff. Yeah. But this is the most basic way. £600 drawdown. Cool. Divide that, not take away, divide that by 20, because we don't trade cryptos realistically. Anyone that does, that's up to them. But I'm talking about from currency pairs. Yeah. Cool. There's only 20 trade days within, those 30 days in phase one, clearly, because there's no weekends. Yeah. So just put it up as 30. So if we equal this equals to $30. Yeah. So I know whenever I take any one of these trades, yeah, no matter where I put my stop loss, even if I put at the lows or wherever, doesn't matter where, my stop loss shouldn't be more than $30. But if I do win a trade, and this is even only just based on 1 to 2, this isn't even based on 1 to 4, which 1 to 4 you'd get even better results with what I'm going to break down now. Yeah. But 1 to 2, yeah, this is what this is based on. But you divided daily drawdown limit by tomorrow 20. I divided it from the first day you start, regardless of now, the first day you start the account, when you get your account, 20 trade days from there going forward. Because the first trade you take, the timer starts going down on these prop accounts. Yeah. It's not from when you buy it, it's from when you take your first trade. That's when the timer starts ticking down. Yeah. Cool. So this is what I do. But now look, yeah. So let's close this. So now, if I've got 20 losses in a row, yeah, so I would obviously lose $600, which is the overall drawdown on the account. There's no way with Trinity's system that I'm showing you, the Trinity alerts, yeah, that you're getting on Telegram, there's no way you're going to lose 20 trades in a row. You're just not. I've even shown you in my last video last week that if you took every single trade, you would have even still been profitable last week. It probably even happened again this week, but I'm not going to break that down every week because, one, it takes extremely long to pinpoint all the trades and start making videos based on them. Yeah. So now you wouldn't have lost that. So now the whole point of here is that, okay, we know that if we win even half, yeah, of these trades, yeah, you're going to make 60. So now we need to do, let's do this. So this is based on 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. That's how I was doing it. It's not 1 to 4, you'd make more if so. So now you do, not 20, you do 10, yeah, times 60, because we're losing 30. But if we win on a 1 to 2, we'd obviously make 60 or close enough to, yeah, equals 600. Do you get it? So in 20 days, you could lose half of your trades, yeah. If you're only trading at $30 loss a day, yeah, you could lose half of your trades and still get what they require here for the 8%, because 8% is 450 for this first account. So you're even in profit by 150. So you don't even need to make that. We'll go back to the calculator again. Yeah. Now, even if you're not doing that, you could do 60 times 7 equals 420. So out of all of the trades in 20 days, you only need to win 7 trades. Is this making sense to you guys and girls? Can you not see how easy this is to trade and how easy it is to pass a prop firm challenge? Do you understand what I'm saying to you when I say this, and why I talk with so much passion when I'm saying, guys, go get a prop account, stop joking with your life. Like, literally, go get a prop account. Like, the problem people have when I'm saying this, and again, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm upfront or blunt or whatever to people. With all honesty, I am not trying to be rude or anything, but I have to be to the point, because you got to understand, I've been mentoring people now for 3 years. So you get to a point, obviously, when you're mentoring and you see the same things time and time again, where you just like, come on, people. Like, I understand if you just started last week or whatever, but if you've been in it a long time, I've been giving you many gems. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you need to pay attention to what I'm telling you here. Work out your maths, forget winning strategies, forget how often it wins. This is what people do. It's like what I tried to say to you, Pikachu, about the Neo traits. Do you understand? People will always pay attention to losses, but they won't pay attention to the winners, because the winners will outweigh the losses if what you've put together is good enough. And this is what I always tell you. Everything I put together, I spend at least 1 year testing before I put it there. I've had these Trinity alerts for more than a year now before I gave it to the general public to say, you know what, you can do what you need with it. I didn't just give it to you from day one. So everything, this is why I'm posting charts in the general public. I'm like, it's been doing this. It's not done, just done it. It's been doing it for a year now. You see why I'm like winning trade, losing. Yeah, there's losses, but it's been doing this. I'm saying you guys and girls figure out how you want to use it, because instead of me trying to make a perfect strategy for you, just alone with the alerts, it's good enough. Do you get it? So not only have I given you the alerts now, this is what I said, your boy Big John has hit up again. I've even shown you how you can pass these challenges using those alerts. This is what you do. So does anyone have any questions based on that right now? Go back in here. You can open your mic if you want to speak. You can open your mic. Completely up to you.
So for the alerts that you have on your chart right now, the losses, if you were using market structure, which we all should be doing anyway, because we're in a downtrend, we wouldn't have been taking those buys, right?
Again, it's up to the trader. Do you get where I'm coming from in that point of view? So you don't have to take them, because obviously if you zoom out on the chart, we're in a downtrend. So that's how I trade. Literally what you said is how I trade. I wouldn't be realistically looking at the sells. I wouldn't be looking at the buys. I'd be looking at the sells. And even if you see, one of the trades I caught was it was the Euro USD sell. So I caught this trade on Euro USD the other day. So I caught this one here, literally. On one of my accounts. I mean, it's one of my, I'll be completely honest with you, it's one of my hyper growth accounts. I'm trying to grow to X amount. I haven't got the quote unquote strategy perfected yet, because I'm trying to test some things, but if it's working and it gives me a good enough win rate, I can grow a small account into a huge amount of money. And of course, I'll put that on YouTube in terms of the account I did. In terms of the strategy, I'm not going to say I'm going to start giving it to every single person in the world. You know, again, it's one of those, but literally what you said there is what I do. So you see it's in a downtrend. And then what happened? Price action went back to a major level. And then when it went back to the major resistance level, I caught myself off that level with an alert on the system. And that made me, so even if I caught that on my prop account just like that, that's what I'm testing as well. If this is even faster than Neo trades for me to be able to grow prop accounts. So this is why I'm doing it with money that I don't care about right now. $20, $50, you get where I'm coming from. And again, I caught this trade and it worked. So yes, you could do that. And that might be your only trade you take for the whole time. Do you understand? There's another problem people have, that if you don't ascertain like what you want to do, you're going to overtrade. And this is why I'm trying to give people specifics now. So rather than trying to overtrade, what you said was a perfect reason. So if you was looking at Euro USD, you would have only looked at any trades from major levels. We've seen there was a daily support here. You had an alert over here. Yeah. It was either here or here. It was one of them. Yeah. You might not have taken it here. You might have waited for it to come here and then said, okay, now I'm going to try this with a tight stop loss above here because there was an alert there maybe, and then you take the trade. If not, you would have left that one. But again, you're only waiting for sells. So you only want the market to show you with alerts that appear when the market is reselling basically back again. So you would have, of course, if you didn't take this one, you more than likely would have got into a position where you took the same one I was in. Make sense?
It does.
Yeah. And that's what you would do. But again, I'm just showing people in the terms of if you're looking at the pair. So you can split this probability game into a whole nother kettle of fish. Like, and in the UK, that means like a whole nother game, basically. You can split it into. So once you get better and better at this and you get more and more confident with what you're doing, you see the same $30. I'm going to answer your question in a bit, Tigger, also, yeah? If you get, once you, this $30, I'm not telling you that you should only take one trade and lose $30. You could take 5 trades if it allows you to have your stop loss at a decent place. Do you understand? And then only maximum between those 5 trades, lose $30. Start expanding, start playing with this more than you play with strategy. Because I keep telling people the market's only going to get to a support level and buy. It's only going to get to a resistance level and sell. And no matter how good you think your strategy is, at some point, Even if you think it's going to buy or sell off that level, it's just going to break the level. So it doesn't matter. Let's stop thinking that we know what the market's going to do and we have this perfect idea. We don't. What if we master, forget strategy, just master your risk management and the rest won't matter. I'm telling you, if you do that for this year, I guarantee you by next year, you'll be a break-even or profitable trader, more than likely profitable, but let's be realistic because we even turn our wins and our growth into probabilities. Let's become a break-even trader first. Then once we see we can do that, let's become a profitable trader. Then now let's become a 5-figure trader, then become a 6-figure trader. You see the levels, the probabilities, I'm going up and like that in a circle. So again, this is how you can split this same 30 into multiple pairs if you want to. If you don't want to and you only want to trade one pair and you're looking at, hold on a second, I don't want 50 pairs. It's too much for me, John. I can't do that. I like Euro USD. I like AUD, whatever. Yeah. Then you might even say to yourself, once I see that X amount of trades have not done what they needed to do in the week, but this looks like the better setup. Of course, people would have been obviously looking at the buys in this. If you go to the higher time frame, yeah, people would have been looking at buys on Euro USD, basically. This is what they would have been looking at. Yeah, because we can see obviously price action is extremely low. So they would have been looking for the buy reversal. That's what I'm looking at already. I'm looking at a continuation. This eventually is going to pop up for me as a neo trade. Whether it wins or not, we'll see, but it will pop up most likely as a neo trade soon. Yeah, cool. Now we go back down to our 15-minute time frame because we're looking for buys. So let's just say I'm waiting for this buy. Look, we can see here was almost a double bottom. And let's just say we had an alert here or even market structure showing us, we would have been able to get the trade. Now the actual alert popped up here. So in this trade, even though it wasn't the most risk to reward because of the news impulse, yeah, unfortunately, now I'm in a position where I might have said, okay, this might be the only buy in this pair. Let me put more risk in here. So remember, I didn't trade all of here now. So what was this? This was 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and this was the 4th day. So what I've done is I've compiled. This is why I say I took extra in my VIP about this as well. And I'm probably going to change the VIP service to one-on-one soon because in the groups, it seems like a lot of people are busy sometimes. So it's most likely probably going to be just one-on-ones. I'll figure out some pricing for that just to make it easier and it's better for me that way as well. So now, yeah, we're in a position, yeah, where I remember there was 3 days I didn't trade for. So every single day, my stop loss in money is getting calculated, it's adding together. So now realistically for that week, yeah, because we're on a timer with these accounts, 30, 60, 90. I've got $90, yeah, in stop loss lieu. So I've got $90 I can spend now in a trade. Does this make sense to you so far? Because I didn't trade the first 3 days. Does that make sense to people? I'm going to get onto these other questions after I get through this point. Does this make sense to people, though? What I just said there. I did not trade for the first 3 days. So now on this account, I have $90 worth of stop loss in lieu. This is what, does it make sense to other people? Let me know so I can break it down. Let me know.
Makes sense
Just
to
type
me.
it yes. It makes sense, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody else in the chat, just type yes. That's what you got to do. If you don't have a mic, just type yes. Yeah, cool. So now I've got that. What I will do, thank you for typing, people. So now what I will do is now I can say on this trade that has appeared, I'm willing to risk a higher lot size on here to try and make my money more. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if I do that, so in this one trade in this week, I could make 2% maybe now, or maybe now I might even be able to make 4% or the whole trade because I can risk $90 worth of stop loss, putting in a bigger lot size, yeah, especially if it's just below this low. It doesn't need to be $90, a small lot size and all the way down here. It's either it's going to hold this level or it's not. Simple. I'm saying it's either going to hold this level or it's not. I'm not saying it must go here, then I don't care about that. Yeah. Now I put $90 worth of money in this trade, and now I'm able to make more if it does do the move, and eventually it did. So now I might even either pass that phase one in one trade or what do you call it, pass it in one trade or make a huge percentage. This is what I did in this. So here, this is what I did in this trade here. I showed it everyone. I gave this trade out to everyone. Yeah. This is how I was able to even start growing my account. So when the trade came here, it gave me an alert. I had an alert for Neo here. Yeah. And then this is what every single person in the VIP got. I even gave out this trade before in this free Zoom like this to every single person. And then boom, As soon as it came up to here, back up to this level, because I saw this was a touch of this level, I said that I'm going to go heavy on the leverage here and put my stop loss tight. It's either going to respect this level or not. But I was able to do that because I had stop loss in lieu from how I swing trade on Neo. Do you get it? I use Neo to pass these trades. I don't use Trinity can give me an alert on the swing trades, yes, but I use my strategy I've built with Neo, yeah, to be able to enter these trades and catch what I need. But that's what I did. So now I put a bigger leverage. So that's what I basically did on the account. So I hope that makes sense to people. I'm not telling you to go and do this tomorrow, because if you start doing that and blowing your account, that's up to you. But I've got years of experience of doing this. I've had years from my early videos, you can see, of using high leverage and trying to make money on accounts. So now I'm at a point where my psychology and everything's in check. I know how to trade this and handle my emotions. I'm not going to enter a 3.0 here and then it starts going negative and I start topping up another 1.0 on top of that. I don't do that. If it's $200-300 loss, I cut my loss. I'm like, oh boy, it wasn't a trade. So don't start waking up tomorrow saying, yeah, if I do this and it's going to work. No, don't do that to yourself. Like, trade what I said at the beginning, be easy, be calm, be collective. But I'm just telling you, so there's all transparency. That's what I'm doing. And it's not every time. It's only if it gives me the opportunity, which this gave me the opportunity. Anyone that's in the VIP that does watch this, they'll tell you I did the same thing here. Look, did the same thing with EuroCAD right here. So where is it? Here. So here was the trade. It came up here at first with Neo. Yeah. Then it went to do this, which pushed back a little bit more. So I never put my high leverage here because it wasn't a position I put my normal leverage. But when it came down to this level, what did I see? I saw it had a tap of this level here before. So I remember I just took USD JPY. So I'm like, oh, it might do the same thing again. But again, because I've waited, look how long I've waited. I've waited 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks for a trade setup on this pair for how my Neo alerts can come through, basically. So all of this that I'm waiting for when I'm not taking trades, again, obviously not 2 weeks, but it could be X amount of stop loss in lieu. I've now entered this trade and put heavier leverage. And then what do you know? Boom. Straight away. Do you get it? So this is what I'm doing personally when the opportunity arises. If not, then I don't do that. And that's why when I had those losing trades, Pikachu, you can see I never lost mad money because they weren't in a position for me to do that. So I entered what I taught you guys and girls at first, my normal lot sizes, what I can lose, and they lost. So I move forward. Let me go here. So now I'm going to go to the questions, basically. So let me go here. How trustworthy is FTMO? Can we trust the payout because they are, was what we're sharing in the group, FTMO bank? Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is FTMO is the most trustworthy company that will pay you out of all of them. They've been running the longest, they've got the most track record, and they're just proving they pay you out. There's no way every single person in the world would just be lying about them paying you out. Like, there's nobody I've seen that says this company doesn't pay you out. The only people that complain about FTMO is that they don't pay attention to their rules and they blow their account. They don't pay attention to risk management and they blow their account. I'm teaching you now, whether or not you decide to take what I'm saying on board is completely up to the trader, but I've done my goodwill gesture basically by doing this Zoom. I've taught you how to handle your risk management. Yeah. But what people tend to do is they'll do what I said on the second part, over leverage. And then now they're trying to fight for their account to come back, not trading probabilities. They're trading exact, saying, oh, this trade has got to get me back, rather than saying tomorrow, the trade I was looking for might just appear. Even it might not be this pair, but it could be the other major that I'm looking at. And then I'll be back up by 2% at break even and so on. They don't do that. The majority of people that blow their account within the first week or two. That's what they do. But people, they're very, very legit, basically. So don't stress about that. You don't have to worry. My Forex funds as well, they're very legit. They pay you out and you ain't got no issues with them. In the same scenario, in a 15-minute time frame chart, we can take Trinity 15-minute sells. You can do that if you want to. You can if you want to. Personally, I've stopped using a lot of indicators. I just trade market structure. I kid you not. Just stop using indicators. Like, I've literally become a price action trader. And people told me I would. I didn't believe them at first. You see my earlier videos. I didn't believe them. But I just use a lot of market structure. I kid you not. Price, I'm telling you, if price is going to be on the level, it's going to respect it. The problem is people just don't want to identify the fact that that's the reality. It's either going to respect the level or it's not. Like, that's it. There's no big deal about it, literally. Anybody got any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So someone just said, the question you just read, these
Yeah.
aren't necessarily signals. These are more like ideas to you for you to go look at your chart, right? And see, like what you just said, see if it's at structure. Because if you just take a signal, you know what I mean? I don't, maybe I'm not understanding
No, you're
what,
making perfect sense. I
okay.
understand exactly what you're saying. And that's an issue people have. I feel like because you see what's happening to a lot of traders, especially the ones that are fresh that just join up as well, is that they see me posting a trading view chart. Yeah. Let's continue. No, hold on. I'll answer that question a bit. They see me posting the trading view chart, basically. And with this, me showing you that what happened with the trade. And then all of a sudden they think, oh, I don't know if they're putting two, like mixing the two together, thinking I get an alert. And I don't know if they think that maybe this will pop up on your chart and they get the trade. But a lot of people are looking at it because I'm explaining the trades that did occur as signals. They're not signals, they're alerts. And that's the only way I've ever used them from day one. They basically tell you that there's movement in the chart. The problem we have as traders is we want movement to be in the chart to go to our levels, of course, to form our harmonic pattern, to go to a supply demand zone, order blocks, to go to whatever you trade. It doesn't matter, liquidity, price has to move there. So what this system is basically doing is taking 25%, if not more, away from your workload. Again, why the reason why it's a cheap price for the service per month is because it literally stops you having to sit in front of your chart all day. So if you're looking for the perfect setup on a trade and everything like that Euro USD, I was literally waiting for the setup. I knew the setup was there. I'm like, it's at this level. All I need to do is wait for this alert to tell me that price is moving off of this level now. Then I got this alert literally on USD, Euro USD. And now I just entered this without even having to be at my computer screen. Do you understand? Because I've assessed everything. I knew from Asian session in London, it was already up here. So I've already done my assessment when I could in my spare time before work or whatever, family, etc. Now I just have to wait for the alert to come. So instead of me having to sit here for 2, 3, 4 hours waiting for price action to give me what I want, even if I got in from here, yeah. Now, obviously, that's the one thing that can't happen. I can't get in from here unless the alert appears there. I just have to get in when the alert appears. I went to go check the chart. It made sense to me. I saw that the market could go back down to this level here. It was more than enough for me to make what I needed in the trade in terms of how I was trading it. I took the trade. Simple. Even though it moved off of this level, it was cool because it told me it broke structure. The trade it told me to enter. I entered the market. Do you understand? Does that make sense?
Yep,
Everything I
makes
said
sense.
there?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that's how I literally you want to just come to your chart once the alert appears, because then you can see it. If not, you can be away from your chart. If you believe how your setup was fine. Sometimes you can even check on your phone if you're, if you can't get to your computer, and you can see, okay, the market does look like it's not 100 or 200 pips away from my entry when it gave me the alert. If it's only a couple of pips away, then yeah, you can take the trade, I would say. And that's how it is. And that's how you're supposed to use it. It's just an alert-based system to literally help you with that. What you can do is you can pin together time frames if you want to. You can say, oh, when the time frame here and here works and all of that. But you see all of that stuff, that's starting to formulate a strategy. And everything I've learned now in Forex for beginners, keep it simple. You don't have to overcomplicate this whole thing. You can clearly see by zooming out that price in a downtrend. There's no if, buts, or maybe. So more than likely, when it gets to a resistance level, it's probably going to sell. So if you wait, you say, okay, I'm only waiting for sell alerts on this pair when it gets to a major resistance level. Where's your major resistance level? Now you've got a daily one here, you've got a monthly one here. So you can say if it goes back up to the monthly, then I'm looking for a sell. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it blows past it, it blows past it. But if it does and then appears with a sell, that's my trade. 1, 2, go through. Literally, they can say that's what happened. It came down, downtrend, came down, pulled back to a monthly resistance level, which was like the major level here for you. Yeah. You got an alert as well. What else do you need as a confirmation? Would you need someone to just press the button for you as well? Like just press the button, take the trade. If you win, you lose. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. Simple as that. Okay, so let's go back into other questions quickly. Are you discontinuing the 15 minutes alerts? No. So now with the 15-minute alerts, is that somebody said to me that, maybe separate the 15-minute alerts from the other alerts, basically. I have no problem with doing that. But what I can't do is separate the groups. So I'll put majors and minors in one group and then put gold indices, so metals and indices in another group and split them as well on the 15. I can't do both. So I've told people that, and I'll put the poll out there for everybody in the Trinity group as, what do you want? Do you want me to either split the 15-minute alert so they just come through in one group? So maybe you want to mute that. I don't know if you're not interested in them, completely like that. And then only, so I can put the 15-minute, maybe the 30-minute in one group, but then the 1 hour, 4 hour and daily can be in another group. I can do something like that. So it's what do you want, basically? Do you want me to split the pairs, or do you want me to split the alerts? Or do you want me to take it off the 15-minute alerts and then just leave the 30-minute alerts there and above? So it's literally down to what the people want. Like I said, I've already got my strategy of how I trade this, so it doesn't really phase me. It's down to the customers, really. And what time frame do I look for my circle pips? I always trade the daily, monthly, and daily, weekly, and monthly. That's what I trade. Daily, monthly, and weekly. I always. So if price is overbought and oversold on a daily, weekly, or monthly, then yeah, that's when I look for my trade setups. Will you have summary of win-loss? No, I'm not going to do that every week. I'm not going to lie to you. And this is why I did the Zoom, because the Zoom is more beneficial than me just putting those numbers out there for you. This doesn't make a difference. That's not how you need to trade, because no one is realistically going to take every single trade, buy and sell. It's kind of pointless me doing that every single week. It's really pointless. What people really need to do is do, what I've just said there. They've got to basically find the risk management and then understand that, free trades might come through as losers, but then the others could come through as winners. Now, I'm not going to tell you every single pair is going to be perfect for you. This is Forex is probabilities. That's what it is. It's not perfect strategy. It's literally just probabilities. All right. And the best way for you to win in Forex is lowering your risk. Remember, key gem I'm saying to you, lower your risk, increase your probabilities. So a simple thing I would do right now is why I said all the majors. Between the 6 majors, yeah, this is what you can do straight away, yeah? Between all 6 of these majors, find a way where you can take as many of them as possible based on your $30, yeah? Loss for the day. So, yeah. Find as many as you, what's going on? Find as many as you can do for your $30, yeah? So maybe you can do divided by, let's see if we can do it divided by 6, in fact. See what happens. There you go. That's it already. So now you can enter. Yeah, this is how silly it is. This is how silly, but this is what people don't do, because they always look at the small money and think it's nothing. But you got to understand, if you can do the same magic with small money, you can do the same magic with big money. You always got to remember that you're not always going to be in this small money position. So if you took every alert that appeared, yeah, from, I don't know, let's just say from London session, because obviously people are all over the world, but let's just say from London session. Yeah, well, that's how I personally trade. Usually I don't all the time take trades in Asian, but if they appear there and I'm up, I will take them. If not, is what it is. So let's just say you took all of the trades that appear, yeah, even it doesn't matter, even let's say Asian session. And now there was probably at least 6 trades. I haven't marked out all of them, as you can see, but in the first 3, there was one there, one here. There was one here, yeah. And there was one here. So let's just say those. I have the 6. There's probably others on the other pairs. I'm not saying they are, I just haven't marked them out. Yeah. You could take all 6 of those pairs with the potential of trying to win, but all you would lose is $30. But if you're doing that through the course of the week, what happens is, remember I told you, this is why I said the majors, at one point they move together in a set, not move together. Well, they basically do a big move at the same time is what I'm trying to say. So notice how it looked when this did the big move, even though it's not major, did it here. And then if we go to AUD, USD, did it here. Where is it? Yeah, did it here. And then we go to Euro USD. It did its one later. Do you understand? So if you was doing that and splitting your risk between all of them, you're going to get in a position that during the week, yeah, remember, so you would have lost basically, instead of losing 30, 30, 30, 30, 30 and all these trades, no, you'd have been in a position where you would have been losing like 5, and sometimes there might not be a trade setup for you on that pair. You'd have been losing 5, 5, and based between all the other ones. Remember, you can take at least one entry in that day between the 6 of them. So whatever entry looks good enough for you, you enter that, and that's the one entry you can take on that pair, yeah? But even if, remember, altogether, all you'd be losing is your 30, your 30, your 30. So let's just say it was this one. I'm trying to get to a position where it makes sense for you. So 1, 2, 3. So you lost over 3 days. Remember, every new day there's $30, not altogether there's 30. Yeah, you would have lost 5, 5, 5 over 3 days. You still have a lot more in stop loss, and you would have been splitting that between the other pairs. Yeah, remember, not all of them went off. So which one went off at first? Let's just see. So this one went off on the 15th. Let's see if there's any earlier ones. This one was even a winner from the 14th. So you see what starts happening here. So you would have had losses of 5s, but profits of 10, basically. You see? And then again, so this one here would have been a profit of 10 again, or even if it's not 10, if this one, this one would have been 10. There would have been profits of something, even if they're not 10, they could have been profits of 5 or 6, yeah, or whatever it could be, because obviously not all of them might hit to risk to reward, yeah. I don't know what this one is because I haven't put the alerts there, but it's vice versa. So this is what starts happening. But over the course of the week, because you managed your risk, when the good trade did come in, all of them pushed you forward in percentage in that week. I really do hope this is making sense to you. That's what you could do if you're trying to take every single trade. If that's too much for you, yeah, then now you want to put yourself in a position where you're like, hold on a second, let me just be a bit more specific, control it. That's down to the trader, is what I'm saying. What I'm teaching now, you see what's happening. I'm trying to teach you a strategy. I don't need to teach you a strategy. It's not even a strategy. It's realistically, it's just risk management. I really do hope this is making sense to you. It's up to you what you choose to do. But I'm telling you, these alerts work, as you can clearly see they work. They don't not work. What the problem people will have is that they're expecting to be like, oh, alert, enter, and I'm going to win. I'm going to make money. No, trade on the fact that over a period of time in this week, I will make my money when I need to. When it gives me the big trade, that's it. So again, someone asked a question about risk management and how you can do this psychology, how you can bank pips. So if it's a 1 to 4 trade, yeah, this is what I would say to you. So if this is a 1 to 4 trade, when you get to at least 75, 80, or 90% of the trade, then you want to be taking off the majority of your money because you're pretty much near the top. And why I say that is because you can do that, leave a break even, and then of course you don't want to shut the trade, because if you've got 20% of that trade still running up to here, now you would have made more money on that trade. And once you make this big move in a trade, especially something that's a 4 or more, I would say, don't trade that pair again for the rest of the week. It doesn't matter if it's going to sell, it doesn't matter if it's going to buy, just leave it, because it's exerted, it's used most of its pip range for the week getting to this level. Every pair has a daily range, a weekly range, a monthly range, a quarterly range, a yearly range, etc. It doesn't have to hit it exactly. No, remember, nothing in Forex is an exact, but on average, it will do that basically. That's why there is something called an ADR, which is the average daily range. It's not called the EDR, it's called the ADR, because they know themselves that even that put together the system is everything is based on probabilities, average daily range. Yeah. So again, if it does the big move and you make money off that big move, don't trade that pair anymore. Leave it. Look for the next pair that hasn't done the big move yet. So notice how this one did the big move the next day. And again, if we go into this one didn't do the big move until the next day. You see where I'm coming from? Yeah. And so on. And they got USD CAD, didn't do the big move until here, Friday, pretty much. Or yeah, it's pretty much Friday, didn't do its big move. So yeah. Anybody got any other questions? I've been speaking a lot, been giving out a lot of gems here again for that Saturday. Anybody got any questions? I need to be getting ready soon. Gotta go out for a birthday dinner today. So I'll say it from now. If anybody does want to sign up and start doing their back testing and anything like that, you need to hit me up now, because I'm going to be away from the computer and everything for at least the next maybe 6 to 8 hours. So if you do want to sign up and you're interested in anything, it's better you get in now so I can just do it quickly before I do go out. Any other questions, people? So I take it everybody understood exactly what I said. Nothing there. And also to answer the question about the, no problem, mate. Also to answer the question about the summary of the alerts, even if I don't do it, any single person can do it, because I can't lie to you about what alerts come out. They're there in history in the Telegram group. So once anybody wants to join up the service, you can go through any pair and they're all here. So I can't physically, I literally can't lie to you and tell you what was a winner and what wasn't. They're literally here. So, no, it's no problem at all. I hope every single person has took from that. Like I said, I gave off even more than I even wanted to, I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is, isn't it? Like if people want to obviously take on board what I say, again, most people don't watch this Zoom, but I've literally taught you how you can use these alerts and how you can pass a funding account with these alerts. But again, it's down to the traders if they want to take it on board. And I've given different ways of how you can do it. Like I said, the 1 to 4, I've shown you how you can do it with now just trading, if you say every stop loss has to be 0.50, and then everything, I'm looking for above that, I want to make sure I'm hitting a 4.0 on my RR. I've said that in this video. I've also told people how I trade it using money loss rather than the RR on the trade. I use money loss. So if I'm going to lose X amount, boom, this is what I'll do. And I've given out, with the information I've literally given out here, if people actually take it on board, there's no way they won't have at least one prop account passed in this year. I just can't imagine how. Literally, if you can't pass it in this year, there's definitely something major you're doing wrong, because the fact is then you could pass this on to any other person. It's going to be on YouTube, any other mentor, any other group, and people tell you there's nothing that I'm saying there that's just a lie. It's not a lie. And I'm not talking about in terms of the service, I'm talking about in terms of risk management. If you trade probabilities and you work out your risk management, it's by default you'll become profitable. Because remember, the market can only buy and sell. It's 50-50 charts. It's not even like there's many different odds. So that's why we're actually lucky in this game. There's very, very small odds, 50-50. You just got to be right or you're wrong. So if you work out your risk, then you most likely end up being right more than you're wrong. That's what happens most of the time, because the market it's like a tool of habit. It does do the same things at some period. And this is why there's 4 phases. It always has 4 phases that helps you with your 50-50%. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah, no problem. As soon as you're ready. As soon as you're ready, my guy. As soon as you're ready. Yeah. But for me, I'm getting too busy to start doing all this stuff all the time. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff out of Forex. And that's why I said I'm probably even going to change the VIP service to one-on-one so I can book it into time when I'm available. Because now I've noticed that what happens is that, not everybody's available when I can do the morning Zoom. Of course, I get people have to go to work and that. But, I'm trying to obviously give the best service I can and stuff like that. So maybe it'd be better for people that, we can find a set time, and then it's just a one-on-one booked thing. So in that one-on-one time, then you can speak to me about whatever you need to in terms of if you become a VIP student. That's cool. You got to remember at this point, and I'm not saying I'll ever change. I'm obviously not a millionaire trader right now. Payment methods. It's PayPal. You can use your card through PayPal, by the way, my friend. So you can use it through there if you're set up on that. What was I going to say? Obviously, I'm not a millionaire trader, but just like anybody in life, once I get to the point of becoming a millionaire trader, of course, a lot of things are going to change. Of course, even all these services and stuff like this will most likely change. You understand? Of course, the time I give to people will change. People probably think that, wow, but you're too real. Why are you so real if you're making money from Forex? But it's because I'm not a millionaire trader just yet. By the time I'm a millionaire trader, I'm not going to be doing like things like this. That's just the honest truth. Anyone that's a millionaire trader, their courses are like 10K, and I'm sure you can all attest for that. They're mad prices. They're not cheap. they're not cheap. Yeah, I'll have services for £20. I've said it. That's why it's an eye opener. That's why you see why I did the Zoom impromptu. Now every single person that watches this and watches it to the end, congratulations, because you are people that are trying to succeed. Literally, it's not hard. What's hard is people they're just putting too much emotions. They keep coming into this market thinking the market owes them something after 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. Where market doesn't care about your feelings, as harsh as that is. And you trying to control what the market might be doing. And this is why I don't pay attention to people giving me 100 different strategies a lot of the time. Do you understand? People will tell me, oh, it's this. And it's a major reason why I don't let people post in the group in here. I'm not letting people post things and stuff like that in here because I've seen what it does before. All it does is complicate Forex. If I didn't do that, you're going to get one expert that starts posting this group telling you about the dollar signs here and the and the flying ostrich strategy and all of this is going to happen. Nobody needs all of that, man. It's either going to buy or sell for support or resistance. And that same person that tells you about the flying ostrich strategy as well, when the trades lose, they go ghost. They go ghost. You won't hear from them. You won't hear from them to complain. Like, you're always going to win trades, you're always going to lose trades. But if you get your risk, what you can control in order, I kid you not, guys and girls, you're going to make money. And that's the best I can say. And I'll leave it there on that note for you. I hope you all enjoyed the Zoom. It's your boy, Big John, and I'm out. I'll see you later, people.